Athens is taking a year off, and she is going to tell me a little bit later on when we get to them about Christian Schreiber and René Beermeister, who are in lane 3 and not only hopeful for a medal at this event, but must be looking with greedy eyes on the gold medal position. But we turn first to lane 1, Dmytro Prokopenko and Vladimir Pavlovsky for the Ukraine. And next to them on their left, another Belgian crew in a final, Stijn Schmulders and Christophe Reys. Tim Mayens earlier on today came 4th in the men's single sculls. Lane 3, Schreiber and Beermeister for Germany, sitting ready. And next to them, the challengers for the gold medal and Olympic champions in 2000. Lukas Spieck in the bow seat wearing a hat, and Itzhak Chop wearing red hair for today in the stroke seat. Silver medalists in Athens. And next to them, Federico Gattinoni and Luca Ghezzi for Italy. Italy long a power in men's double sculls, and these are the latest in a series of brilliant crews representing them. And the Yanakiev brothers, Martin and Ivo, for Bulgaria in lane 6. Ivo Yanakiev, a bronze medalist in the single sculls in the Athens Olympics last year. Being called over by the umpire, ready to start. Definitely Slovenia off to the sharpest of starts there. They lift their backs like single scullers. They don't drive the slide in the same way that crew scullers usually do. Most crew scullers keep the body very still and drive the slide, but the Slovenians, they lift with the backs, and they got away very quickly there, and briefly at least they show in front. And although the picture is a little bit jerky, they would appear to have the bow balls in front. And on the far side, Ukraine, Prokopenko and Pavlovsky have gone with them, and next to them, very close to them, Schreiber and Beermeister of Germany are holding on to second place. But it is the Slovenians out in front. Now they are doubling up, rowing in the quadruple scull, sculling in the quadruple scull, and they did not win their semi-final yesterday, and they made fairly heavy weather of the last 500 metres of their semi-final to come second, and I think it may have taken a bit out of them. Do the Germans have that in their thinking, that the Slovenians may carry a bit of fatigue?
For sure, but I think they're well aware that Itzhak Chop and Lukas Spieck are quite experienced scullers, so they won't rely on it. So I think what they want to do is attack as soon as possible and not let them slip away too far. And it looks like it's going well for them. They still got their bow ball on the level of the Slovenian boat. But it's a long race with the headwind, so we'll see what happens.
Although it's a slow-moving boat and you can, in theory, catch up a big margin if it's opened up, it is somehow very psychologically important to remain in contact, isn't it?
It is very much. And you see, René Beermeister has been juniors just 2 years ago, so he just moved up into this senior A level, and he's doing very well. He's very, very strong on the ergo. They both train in Halle, where the men's sculling team is based, and so they had a few kilometers together in the boat, and looks very good to me.
They do. They're quite tight in the shoulders, it seems to me. When I watch that German double, particularly earlier in the season, they sort of lift with the shoulders. The blade comes through very flat and nicely, but it's quite tense, it almost seems, in the shoulder. Have they been working on that?
I hope so. I assume they have.
They
because
do
it's tiring if you're too tense in the shoulders, and especially in races like that where you expect it to be a long race. You should do everything to, not being too tense and keep your powers for rowing and not for, lifting up shoulders.
36.5 for the Slovenian double. They've opened up a little bit of water. I think the Germans could regard themselves as still in contact, but nobody else is. It was 1.2 seconds at 500 metres, and we're coming up to 1,000 metres. And I think in this second 500, they've opened up a bit of water. And indeed, on the left of Spieck and Chop, it's the Italians Federico Gattinoni and Luca Ghezzi who appear to be in contact with Germany, and those are the three crews clearly in the medal positions, with the remaining three crews very close together, Ukraine, Bulgaria and Belgium, but 4 seconds adrift of that bronze medal position. But leading and clearly in charge of this event are two, as you say, very experienced scullers. The chance of these two blowing up at this stage is slim, would you say?
I would say so. They look very controlled, they're controlling the field, and they look still very relaxed.
They've actually dropped the rating. I'm now taking it at 35.5, so they're allowing for this headwind. They've let the other two crews, I would have said, close a little bit of open water, but there's a long way to come. We can see in picture now the German crew with Christian Schreiber, the more experienced of the two, as you said, in the bow, and René Burmeister on the left of the picture in the stroke seat. And we can see the stern of the Italian boat with Gattinoni and Ghezzi just in the corner of that picture. Here we have Gattinoni in the stroke seat, Ghezzi in the stroke seat closest to us, looking to his right just to see what the other crews are doing. And Italy have now pulled up on Germany, and both have closed on the Slovenian crew, but it is Italy in second place with Germany in third, close behind.
Yeah, Slovenia has to be aware that if they're starting fighting for the silver and the bronze medal, they might close up pretty quickly. So it's not over yet. I think Slovenia has to be really careful. But look at that, Italy has closed up.
Italy has closed up, and I would say that the Slovenians, although they're still sculling very nicely, they have got quite a lot of fatigue in their muscles, and you can see a certain amount of strain coming in to the way that Chop there beginning to heave with his shoulders on the catch. You see that lift on the catch by Chop, and he's working now, and there is some stress in that boat, and they still have some distance to go. They are 350 meters out from the finish. The Italians have an overlap. Spick and Chop, they are experienced and they are very tough guys. Chop is the taller and stronger of the two. Spick is the taller and stronger of the two, but Chop is vastly experienced and knows exactly what to do. But these two, they have an Italian tradition of winning in this event. They want it back, and they're closing on them, on the Slovenians. Germany racing for a bronze medal. We can just see Bulgarian blades of the Anakievs flashing in the bottom of the picture there. But at the moment, the race is at the front. It's between this man, Itzhak Chop, in the stroke seat, and this man, Luca Spiek. Those two, can they hold off the Italian challenge of Federico Gattinoni and Luca Ghezzi? In the last 150 meters, the Italians are drawing right up on the Slovenians, and it's getting closer and closer as they come towards the finish. They've got 12 strokes to go. Chop and Spiek just holding on. It's a canvas now, and the Italians closing on them perfectly together, lifting towards the finish. It's going to be anybody's race as they drag to the last couple of strokes, and it's Spiek and Chop by no more than 2 feet over Italy. Ghezzi flat out on his back as they cross the line there. It was a heroic effort to come through, and Germany through in bronze medal position just ahead of Bulgaria, with on the far side Ukraine, and closing in last position, 6th position, the Belgians. But what a fantastic race by the Italians, closing up on Spiek and Chop, but they remain champions, the Olympic champions of 2000, a world championship in 1999. They've got it back, and they've got it back in style. By golly, that took a lot out of them. They were feeling yesterday's race all the way over that second 1,000. The Italians knew it, they came for them, and the great tradition of Italian crew sculling was not quite enough to bring them back in front, but they closed right up to the line, and 0.35 of a second is almost a cruelty. But what deserving champions. These are people. Itzhak Chop, he was world champion 10 years ago. This is his 10th anniversary in 1995 in Tampere in Finland. He became single sculls world champion. He got together with this man, that man with the grimace there under the hat, Luca Spiek, in 99, and he solved his gold medal problem then straight away, and again in Sydney in 2000, and again here this afternoon.
What a fantastic push from the Italians on the last 500 meters. They managed to get a whole boat length off Slovenia.
I was trying to take a rating for the